We got this story from Variety. Matt Walsh is a hypocrite for submitting Am I Racist to the Oscars. Why are right-wingers seeking liberal validation? That's a fascinating concept, right? That Variety is outright saying the Oscars are liberal and conservatives are not welcome here. They say, in a twist as predictable as a Hollywood sequel, conservative media and alt-right commentators have made it their mission to ridicule the entertainment industry's award circuit. It's an annual ritual from the Oscars to the Emmys to the Grammys. Commentators use YouTube, podcasts, and op-eds to denounce Hollywood as a cesspool of liberalism and a bubble of elite self-congratulation. Yet here's the irony. Many of these same voices openly deride the industry, quickly seek its validation when they enter its arena. Case in point, conservative media company Daily Wire recently submitted the satirical comedy Am I Racist, featuring Matt Walsh, an anti-transgender commentator, that's funny, for Oscar consideration. Oh my God, can you imagine Emilia Perez, star of Carla Sofia Gascon, being forced to share the same air as him? Okay. While some of our observers see this as a troll, Walsh insists otherwise. He said, yes, we submitted our film for the Academy Award consideration. No, it's not remotely a troll. We have the highest grossing documentary of the decade. Of course, it should be considered for awards. They go on to basically say, isn't that hypocrisy? Don't they criticize Hollywood? I think the thing, what did Jeremy Boring say when they were launching all these programs? If tomorrow night Disney course corrected and stopped making woke stuff, it would be a relief. We wouldn't have to do it ourselves. It's only because they've become far left and woke that we are trying to have influence in the industry. Matt Walsh submitting it for the Oscars is quite literally trying to pull their heads out of their own asses. Of course, they admit it. That chart we showed earlier about going to the far left, it's exactly it. And they'll outright say it.
I think it's great, though. I don't agree with the institutions, but I like seeing them infiltrate them and try to destroy it from the inside. Maybe not destroy it, but this will amplify it to people who might not be plugged in.
It's a troll, whether it's not, even if it's not a troll.
Yeah, for sure.
They're legit. He legitimately wants an award, but this just proved the point. Mm-hmm. They're not going to do it. So I've had people that I know who work in the industry say, shouldn't Timcast get a bunch of awards? I mean, you're the biggest primetime show on YouTube. I mean, there are channels that get bigger than us when they do special broadcasts, but consistently every night we have the number one, show. We are typically the number one news show on YouTube, consistently. And for the day, I think we usually only get beaten by Pat McAfee, and that's sports. So shouldn't we get an award? Yeah, well, I'm never going to go to these companies and be like, please consider me for an award. But when people I know, because I used to work at Vice Infusion, I have friends still, when they reached out to these companies and said, what do you think about this? They said, like, never. Don't waste our time. We don't care how big it is. We don't care how successful it is. We don't care what he thinks. He voted for Trump.
I think the real reward or award is that people actually watch it. The people care. People tune into this. They're watching Walsh. Mm-hmm. That's the award.
Like, All That Remains is never going to get any kind of Grammy or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no question about it.
Maybe, watch. Watch.
I'm quite confident that there will be no industry kudos to my band considering me and
cut to the Grammys this year.
But I, to be honest with you, I don't really care, right, considering we get platinum records, right? Like, we have gold and platinum records, which are verification by our fan base that they like what we do. I don't have a use for a Grammy, but gold and platinum records are like when your fan base is saying, hey, we really like what you do. The people that listen to your music continue to support you. They keep listening to your stuff. That's what really matters. So, I mean, I understand that, I know like Tom Morello's on the Grammy council, right? And I'm constantly...
He's so great.
I'm constantly giving, crapping on Tom Morello for his communist views and stuff. So, I mean, I know. But at the same time, those kind of awards, they don't matter when you consider the fact that, like, the point of you doing this is to please your audience. Like, you have something to say, you find an audience, and they care about it. The other stuff is just like people in the industry saying, it's a pat on the back from the industry. And
accolades from spineless elites.
Yeah, it's like, who cares?
Well, and I think that not now, but the Oscars used to be watched by moderates.
Yeah.
And some, like, Am I a Racist would get more eyes. People would be like, I want to watch that movie. I wonder what it's
sounds
about.
different.
Yeah. Let me go watch that. Now, most people that watch the Oscars are very far left, as we saw in that graph. It's those political elites, the Democrat elites, and the influencers. But the more you push those establishments, the more views people you wake up to what is going on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It needs to happen.
And case in point, why President Trump had a sweeping victory is because so many people woke up to the radical views that have infiltrated the Democratic Party, and they've gone so far left, and that's why we saw so much red.
And Trump's win is the antithesis to all these institutions that are dying, right? Because it's like the outsider presidency, and all these people are outsiders, and the people on the inside are now denouncing all these outsiders.
Another case in point is all the cabinet picks.
Right. They're not experienced enough.
Like Rachel Maddow the other night saying that Tulsi Gabbard couldn't even get a security clearance to be a Walmart greeter. Hate to break it to you, Rachel. Tulsi has, I believe, a top secret clearance from when she was in the military.
Yeah, I mean,
She's still in the military.
Yeah, she's still a lieutenant colonel.
In the reserves.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, yes, she still is in the military, but she's had a top secret clearance from back in the beginning part of her military career. Rachel, what have you done with your life? You haven't done really anything. And the fact that the left is in meltdown over Tulsi, over RFK, over Gates,
Exef, yep.
Yeah. They are the outsiders that are coming to get rid of the rot that is in DC, and that freaks them out.
So exciting.
Yes.
I wish Andrew Breitbart was here.
Me too.
To see all this.
Me too.
Because he's like, she sparks so much of this very thing. And I would love to see.
I heard he used to be a liberal.
Yeah, he started HuffPost.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
He
was it
started
HuffPost?
Yeah, before he did Breitbart.
And I know some people that worked with him at the beginning. And I remember having a conversation with this woman, and she was just like, I don't know what happened to that man. He was very liberal, and then all of a sudden he just started changing. And I was like, oh, that's so weird. Maybe it's that he started doing research as he was launching a media company, and every time he would, it'd be like, they're lying about this.
Yeah. Yep. The lying radicalized him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible that finding out that the media lies radicalizes people. And I forget who, I think I said this the other night, but Chamath from the All In podcast. He's one of the hosts, and he used to believe all of the stuff that the media said. And then I don't remember why he went and he looked, but he went and watched the Very Fine People, the actual statement. He watched the Very Fine People hoax, and when he saw that Donald Trump said not the neo-Nazis, not the white nationalists, not the white supremacists, they should be condemned completely. When he saw that, he was like, what else are they lying about? And that, once you break through, once you see something that's that dramatically dishonest, I mean, you have to question everything.
Yeah.
It punctures a hole in the worldview.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, it opens it up. Because I did share that video with people, and they still believed he didn't say it.
Yeah,
They saw the video.
There are people that I know that are like, well, like a friend of mine, he's like, well, I know that, he said that, but still he was blah, blah, blah. And it's like, he specifically disavowed those people. And the media continues to lie about this.
Yeah.
Even the former President Barack Obama continues to lie. And you just say, well, yeah, but I don't like him. And I believe it.
I had to pull the transcript from that whole speech to send to people because they still believed, oh, you guys are just editing the video. So you're trying to be deceptive.
Imagine what it must be like for someone who's actually witnessed aliens landing, and that you can't tell anybody because if you do, no one would believe you.
I mean, I've got a lot of questions on whether they were really aliens or not, but I'll listen to you. You can call in on Inverted World Live every Sunday at 6:00.
Good.
There's some guy out there, and he's be like, I just wish I could tell you the truth. I've seen him. Yeah, but some people just want to be lied to. It's easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Comforting for people who need to believe in that world.
Their emotional state is that they don't like Trump, they don't like conservatives. They're that's their their intuition, and so they don't want to believe anything that conflicts with that
A
view.
buffet of confirmation bias.
Yeah. So
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.